back to my channel. You may call me Miss Introvert, and today we are going to be looking at book 4 of The Warrior Girl. You can't see it. Look at how dark this paper is. Instruction colored paper that I found when I was younger, and I made drawings. And I wrote in it. It's by Bitsy Morgan, my pen name. Okay, let's take a look at it. So we have Paulina, and she, I guess, maybe has a W on her clothes, because on like her shirt, because she's the warrior girl, friggin' superhero in a fantasy story. I like that combination. And then we have, this is Cindy, right? Because she has a magic wand, and I think another new character, like from the 3rd book. And then if you see in the corner, we have Dark Shadow, Black Shadow, Dark Shadow. Yeah, I don't know. I knew what Roman numerals were when I was younger. Book 4, everybody. All right. Oh my gosh. I think one of you was right. Okay, so I got a comment on the last video on what the next few books would look like, and I think in this little sneak peek, we're seeing Paulina. So I will shout you out at the end of the video, so you know who you are. Please stay tuned, but look at how evil she looks. Okay, so someone commented and said, Paulina might go bad, because in the last book, and in the books before, we've showcased how overpowered she is, which means that her powers could go out of control. So I think that's what's gonna happen here. She still has the W, but I think she's gonna go bad. I also drew her kind of funny. Her body's kind of disoriented, but oh well. And then we have another star. That's symbolism again. You know what I don't have on the back is the Mirror Girls symbol. I gotta get back to my good old merchandising. We only have one page of intro. Oh my gosh, what just fell? It's Mandy, my fox. I thought that was like, she swooned. That like genuinely scared me. Why have you swooned? Stay there. Can you not stay there? Okay, she good. Fancy word box for the introduction. Look at this handwriting that I wrote for the introduction. It's so girly. So fun. Okay. One day, 2 girls were walking, and robbers came and a young girl saved them. So like basically every introduction is just like another recap of every book we've had so far. This one is very small though. Once she had to give up her sword, and now she doesn't know if Black Shadow still lives. And Black Shadow, as we saw in the 3rd book, is a very ambiguous bad guy. So we don't really know what his deal is, why he's doing this. And Paulina and Ralphia just kind of stormed his little office space and destroyed all the formulas that were making the 2 kingdoms clash in the last one. So we'll see what happens this one. We'll see if he's really bad. I mean, if you're making 2 kingdoms fight, then you're probably a bad guy. But they didn't know that. They didn't know that was the person controlling it. He didn't like reveal his evil plan to them, which is actually good. A lot of villains do that. They're like, I'm gonna tell you all about what I did. And it is an anime trope. That's okay. It's always interesting to find out what the villains did. And they do it right in the middle of a battle. Apparently they have a lot of time. But I am stalling. Okay. Chapter 1. One while Paulina. I think I meant to say once while Paulina was sleeping. She had a dream about fairies being tortured by an army. Okay. By an army. I forgot to mention, they're fairies now. I don't know why I didn't catch that on. They're fairies now. So she had a dream about fairies being tortured. For a second, she thought it was Black Shadow's army. But could it be? She woke up fearing that danger was around her. She woke up early and went to see Cindy, who was the only one at the kingdom, who was a hero. Susan was on a mission of her own. So here we have her waking up. There's probably some kind of meme music for that. Chapter 2. Paulina still wasn't sure about if he was really still alive, Black Shadow. I always say he, I never specify that it's Black Shadow. But she had to see. She and Cindy went to the ocean floor and asked the man who had took the 2 tools that Paulina and the other 2 girls gave to him. That's the guy from the 2nd book. You guys made some theories about him. Let's see if they were right. He showed them the tools. They needed the magic mirror of destiny, and they asked the mirror to show them Black Shadow and where he was. So I guess he's just like a person who has these items on hand in case they ever had to use them. He's not as cool as some of you guys thought. Some of you guys thought that the guy with the items who they're talking to right now and the witch were like together, and they were like trying to stop Paulina by taking her dagger eventually. And like the witch would like reincarnate herself. The witch from the 2nd book. So maybe there's still something more to put to that. We can put it in the fanfic. Maybe we'll make it canon one day. Netflix, hit me up. So they're asking the mirror to show them where Black Shadow is and where he was. So here we have Paulina and Cindy talking to the mirror, kind of like in Beauty and the Beast, where he's like, show me the girl. And they're like, show us Black Shadow. Where he at? The mirror showed them where he was, and he was right by where the fairies lived. What a coincidence. Prophetic dreams. But he wasn't there. But they saw a shadow, okay? So they said he was there. Oh, they showed him like where he was, but they couldn't see him. So like they showed him the location of where he is, but they don't see him, but they do see a shadow. Chapter 3. The girls set out on their adventure and went to the fairies' tree. The tree was called Fairy World Tree. I bet I got a lot of inspiration from Pixie Hollow, from Tinkerbell. Those were coming out at around the time I wrote these, so comment down below if you watch those movies too, because they're coming back because of the nostalgia factor. When they got there, the fairies greeted them happily and led them in, but they were too big, so one fairy named Sunny let some of her magic be theirs. Then, all of a sudden, they turned very small and they also had wings. So now they're fairies, they're little pixies. Now they looked just like fairies. Now they were big enough to go in. So here's Susan and Cindy. Cindy looks kind of funny. They are now fairies. Look at Cindy. Oh my gosh, I have wings. And I'm guessing Sunny, because it's the only fairy I mentioned, is the girl on the cover. When they got in, they discussed their plans. So Paulina's like, I had a dream that you guys were in trouble, and now we're here. It's good that they're happy to see them, or else they'd be like, why did you come all this way? Chapter 4. That day, just when the girls were about to leave on their journey, Sunny asked if she could go with them. So I guess they have to go outside the Fairy World Tree to go find him, because he's by there. Paulina said that she could, but she just had to be careful of danger. I mean, if they can fly, they can probably steer clear, unless there's flying enemies now. The next day, they saw that their dragon wasn't with them, but then Cindy saw him. He was carrying someone on his back. We haven't mentioned the dragon before. Probably because maybe Susan has him. She was very sick. It was Susan! I was right. The girls flew to her. She told them that she had a sickness that was made by Black Shadow. Is that how COVID started? Paulina told the dragon to take her to the castle. And Susan's just not like, oh hey, you guys are fairies. She's like, frick, I'm sick. She might be like, I don't know what I'm seeing, but you guys look like fairies. Is that just me being sick, or are you guys actually fairies? I know I would do that if I saw people that I knew were fairies. Susan had to rest, yes. Now Paulina had to find out what was going on. So now Paulina's like, okay, so the fairies are being invaded. The fairy lands are being invaded. And my sister is sick because of this Black Shadow guy. So I gotta go stop him. Chapter 4. Didn't I just say chapter 4? I did.
It's 2 chapter 4s, guys.
The girls finally made it to Black Shadow's hideout because apparently they found it. No one saw him, but they saw the Black Shadow. They probably found it with the mirror, duh. Then he spread his sickness. So apparently it's transmitted through particles in the air, maybe it's like some kind of gas. The sickness only affected their wings because they were fairies. Maybe that's why the fairies are like being invaded and being tortured, because they can't fly. The girls started to try to fly, but they couldn't. Then they saw him. They tried to catch him and tried to fly, but every time they did, they just fell down. So they have to be wary of grounded enemies and flying enemies. Cindy used her magic wand to move his hideout to a different place. That's cool. Then they broke his formulas and he disappeared again. Again with the breaking of his formulas. Well, what if it spreads if they break them? I guess that doesn't apply in this situation. And then we have, I don't know what's going on. So she's trying to fly. She made the hideout go somewhere else, and I guess Sunny's just like, frick, I can't fly, because she's used to flying wherever she goes. And then Black Shadow is once again disappearing. He's very faint, because I tried to like draw him in like very light pencils. It looked like he was fading away. They broke his formulas and he disappeared again. I wonder why they moved his hideout someplace else. The girls have saved the day, but that's a maybe. What? The girls saved the day, but that's a maybe. It's like a declarative statement, and then it's like, actually, no, it's not true. It might not be true. Chapter 5. When they got home, they asked how Susan was feeling. She still had a little bit of the sickness. No one knows if he's dead yet? He's alive? We're having more adventures. The end. That was very short. Good lord. Wonder if we shouldn't just do another one. But you know what? I'll have you guys anticipate it and think of more theories, because that's what this channel is all about now, thinking of theories. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and like and share the video to help grow our introverted writing community. Stay basic. Okay, bye. And comment down below your theories.